Practical things men need to put in place for marriage. Number one, sincerely heal also. Men don't look like people carrying emotional baggages. Many men are just trying to pull through and look strong, but they are bleeding inside. And you find out that men die out. You find more grandmas, few grandpas, because they carry their pain and develop sickness, carrying many fears. Fears they've been raised not to show. Permit me to tell you as a guy, it's okay to cry because you are human. Release your emotions when you have to.
Now, how many of you can agree with me that many men have never seen their spouses before? The reason why some men don't touch their spouse, don't relate with their spouse, don't kiss their spouse, don't hug their spouse, don't hold their spouse, is because they have never seen a spouse. And when you marry a man who is not seeing you, he will cheat. Have you seen your wife of
Men, gather here, we have talk. All the men, please, if you have a man in your life, you have a son, you have a husband, you have a father, you have a brother, you have a friend, or you are a man, please share this video. All the men should see this video, and this is huge. While we begin to scrabble for economic survival, for independence, and a lot of the things that we scrabble for, we forget about our mental health. And this message is strong and is valuable. Beyond helping men to achieve stable mental health, the man also spoke to men on how to taking care of their women. So that's more reason why women should even share this video to their men. I want men to see this video. God bless Femi Lazarus. And every time on the net, as I begin to do this national development, national growth, political consciousness, I also look out for content like this that would help to support better living and standard living, so to speak. So please share this video to get to men. Tag men in the comment section. Let this message get to them. I want to know what you think, the message you got, the lines that hit you the most, the virtues you have, or the new habit you have decided to start to live right now. Put it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Share this video again. Let men see it. Right. God bless Femi Lazarus. God bless Pastor Femi Lazarus.
Practical things men need to put in place for marriage. Number one, sincerely heal also. Men don't look like people carrying emotional baggages. Many men are just trying to pull through and look strong, but they are bleeding inside. And you find out that men die out. You find more grandmas, few grandpas, because they carry their pain and develop sickness, carrying many fears. Fears they've been raised not to show. Permit me to tell you as a guy, it's okay to cry because you are human. Release your emotions when you have to. Learn to converse, communicate with your wife. Many men would have survived if only they talked to their wife about the things they were quiet about. A woman is wired to help you. She's the only one that shares the name helper with the Holy Spirit. Something is happening to you and all that. Tell her. And you must learn to communicate. You are not a wimp for speaking up. So we feel women go through a lot, but check, more men commit suicide than women. That tells us that when we want to deal with the subject of mental health and rescue people, you should face the man more. He needs help, but it doesn't look like it. He smiles, dance, then you hear after service he's killed himself. For a woman, you would see it. You know how to help her. She will cry. But for him, he laugh. Even in the final moment, just say, "Are you good?" "I'm okay, bro." But he's made up his mind. Heal from your past. Heal from your ex. Heal from your trauma. Each time you catch yourself behaving like your dad, you are angry. Heal from him. Now, have you observed? You barely find situations where you see a man and his father hugging. If you see a guy and his father exchange hug, that's 1 out of a million cases. How have you heard your father say to you before, "I love you"? We must repair the bridges that were broken, the emotions that were not communicated by our fathers. We must repair it and give it. Or you can't give what you don't have. So have it first, abundantly.
Now, how many of you can agree with me that many men have never seen their spouses before? The reason why some men don't touch their spouse, don't relate with their spouse, don't kiss their spouse, don't hug their spouse, don't hold their spouse, is because they have never seen a spouse. And when you marry a man who is not seeing you, he will cheat. Have you seen your wife of late? Have you seen what God gave you? Can you see the person you ignore every night on the bed? Because the devil gives you an impression that what you don't have is better than what you have. I've seen men with beautiful wives going to chase after something else. You put this person side by side with the wife, you wonder, is something wrong with you? She says she has changed since she gave birth. Who got her pregnant? And when she's pregnant and her body is changing, you can't compliment her. When your wife is pregnant, you are where she throws up. Can you clean it? One of the things you must check in a man before you agree to marry him is to ask him, "Can you see me? This is what I look like. This is the size of my hips. This is the size of the breast. There's no assurance it's going to get bigger. Do you like what you see? Or you are a scavenger who wants to pick more things? I am okay the way I am. I am God's type." When God made Eve to pass before Adam, the first thing he did was to see her. And you have to keep seeing her all her days. A woman is going to have many seasons. You must see the princess you married, even when those seasons are changing. When her stomach is so big and she's walking like this, see the princess you married. And when you see your spouse, you can see no one else. Because one thing about the law of focus is that when your eyes is open to one, it's blind to others. When you can see other things, it means you are blind to the one God gave you. Do what? Have eyes that see.